Sheriff Mark Ober, Drew County Sheriff's Office. We're at the Drew County Courthouse speaking with Kinsley Simpson, and present with Kinsley is her mother,
Dania McKee.
Deanna? Dania McKee. Okay. All right, Kinsley. Just tell me what you know about what happened with Ben, where you were at when you guys were together, how you came about meeting him, and just go from there.
Just from the part where we was Ben.
Right. Right before that you got with Ben. I mean, where were you at? What happened until you came to meeting, and then what happened after that?
Brady come and picked me up from my house, and after that we went to the park.
Brady
Shirey.
Okay.
And then we went and picked up Rocky and Jonathan.
Okay, when was this? Was this Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay.
And we took Jonathan home,
Who's Jonathan?
one of Rocky's friends.
Okay, you know how old Jonathan is?
He's about 17.
Okay.
His last name is Clancy.
He's from Monticello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Brady picked you, Rocky,
Yes, sir.
and Jonathan up. Okay, where'd y'all go?
We took Jonathan home.
You know where that was?
Pine Haven Trailer Park.
Okay.
After leaving there, we went to Walmart. Where Brady and Rocky talked me into going in and stealing Duster because they were on probation, which I did.
So you went into Walmart alone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. About what time was this?
I'm not sure, I don't remember.
Was it still daytime?
It was night.
It was nighttime?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And after leaving Walmart, we went to the cemetery and sat there anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
What cemetery do y'all go to?
Going out that way. I don't know.
Is it
what
inside the
it's called.
city or in the county?
I think it's in city limits.
Okay, so y'all went to the, you know the name of the cemetery?
I don't.
Okay. so
Union Ridge.
Union Ridge?
After leaving the cemetery, we drove and picked Ben up at the end of his driveway.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back for just a minute. At Walmart. You went in Walmart alone. You got some air dust. Okay. How many cans of air dust did you get?
3.
3. Okay. You remember what brand?
Just regular air duster. It comes in packs of 30.
What color?
White and black.
Okay.
So it was like in a package deal?
Yes, sir.
Plastic wrap around the 3 cans?
Yes, sir.
So it wasn't individually?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
After leaving the cemetery, we went and picked up Ben.
Can we go back to the cemetery?
Yes, sir.
Where did y'all do the cemetery?
I sat in the truck and Rocky and Brady got out.
And what did they do?
I don't know. It was dark outside. I couldn't see. I know they were hitting Duster.
You know that we hit the duster.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. How long did y'all stay at the cemetery?
30, 45 minutes.
Did you do any air dust
Over the time period, I hit it a few times.
while at the cemetery?
Not at the cemetery.
Not
On
at the
way
cemetery. Are you
to-
sure?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Had you ever done air dust before?
Yes, sir.
You sure? Be honest now. This is the time to be honest. You probably have, haven't you? I mean, not trying to get you in trouble with your mom, but like I said before
Too
this,
late for that.
yeah, we need to be on the same page, okay?
Did it wouldn't have been in the same color can.
Okay, I ain't worried about that. I was asking you if
Sorry.
you ever done it before.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, there we go.
And like I said, we went and picked Ben up after leaving the cemetery,
Where'd y'all pick him up at?
the end of his driveway.
Had you ever been to Ben's house before?
No, sir.
Okay. So it was you, Brady, Rocky, and then picked up Ben
Yes, sir.
at his driveway.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened next?
After leaving Ben's is when we went to the river.
G's Landing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
When we got there, there was a couple there that had a fire going.
When y'all got there,
Yes, sir.
did you know them?
I did not. But Ben had went and talked to him, and he said he knew them. He said it was a guy that worked at Huddle House.
Do you know what Huddle House?
I don't.
I mean, cross it, Monticello.
I don't. He
Okay.
didn't specify.
He didn't say any names.
No,
He just said he knew the guy that worked at Huddle House.
yes, sir.
Okay.
I was sitting in the truck, and Ben had got upset with Brady because she kissed Rocky, and they had a little argument, and he used my phone to call his mom and tell her that he would be home around 3 or 4 in the morning.
Did Brady have a phone? I mean, Ben have a phone?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't he use it?
He was dead.
Batteries did?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he used your phone to call his mother. You know about what time that was?
No, sir. I don't remember.
I mean, if you had to guess, I mean, would it have been before midnight, after midnight? About what time would you say y'all picked Ben up?
About around 11.
11
Maybe a
p.m.?
little after 11.
Okay. Alright.
After that, Brady and Ben had went down and got in the water, and me and Rocky had sat in the truck. And Rocky was on his phone in the passenger seat, in the driver's seat. I was sitting in the passenger seat. And,
Rocky has a phone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we were listening to music, and Brady started hollering for help. So we got out and we went down there, and that's when she told us that he was hitting the air duster and he had went under, and he never came back up. And then we started to look for him. Rocky took off his clothes and got in the water and helped Brady look for him while I took the flashlight and walked around the bank.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, you and Rocky were in the truck, right?
Yes, sir.
Were y'all doing any air dust?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
At that point, all the cans were gone, except for the one they had in the water.
They were used up, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then there was one can that was in the water that Brady or Ben may have had.
Yes, sir.
You know how much it was in it?
I
Don't have a clue.
because I never hit the duster while we were at the river. So,
Okay. Now, how long was it before when y'all were in the vehicle that Brady started hollering, would you say?
we sat there maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and that's when she started hollering for help.
Now, the people that were down there when y'all first got there, did they leave?
They had left.
How long was it before they left after y'all had been there?
Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
What was that question?
How long, the people that, when they first got there, how long was it before they left? After they got there?
Did you understand the question?
How long was it? Were we there before the people left?
No,
How long?
was it before they left?
When you showed
Oh.
up, how long were they there until they left you?
They stayed there about, I don't know, a little under an hour.
So they were gone whenever Brady and Ben got in the water.
Yes, sir.
Now, did Brady and Ben have their clothes on when they got in the water? Did they take them off, or?
Ben had no clothes on, and Brady was in her bra and panties.
How was Ben's demeanor whenever y'all first made contact with him? Did he seem okay? Did he seem like something was wrong? He was mad at the world? He was happy? What would you say?
He got in, when he got in the vehicle, he was in perfectly fine mood, and then he seen Brady was inhaling the duster, and he got a little upset.
Okay.
From what I understood, he was also on probation and wasn't, allowed to do any of that, so,
Being warned.
yes, sir.
And did you say Brady was on probation too?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what she's on probation for?
I think she got pulled over, but I don't know if anything's happened since then, or,
You don't really know why she's on probation, if it's drugs or something else.
like I told Sheriff Gober, she used to have a problem with hardcore drugs, but I don't know anything about her being on probation.
Gotcha. How long have you known her?
3 years? About 3 years?
Y'all play softball together.
About 3 years.
Okay. So, Brady got to hollering. What did she say?
When Ben got upset,
No, whenever they were in the water, you said that she got to hollering.
she hollered for Rocky to come here and to hurry up, and I got out the truck and followed him.
Did it seem like in her voice that something was wrong? Did you tell?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And like I said, Rocky took all his clothes off and got in the water and helped her look. And
What did she say? Did you hear her say anything?
to Ben,
No, to Rocky.
to Rocky, no, she just told us both what had happened, that he was hitting the duster and he had blacked out and went under and didn't come up.
Okay. So Rocky took his clothes off, went to look for him.
Yes, sir.
How long did he look for him?
I walked around the bank. It probably took me 15, 20 minutes to walk around the bank and back, and he got out right after I got back from walking around the bank.
So he was just out in the water looking
Yes, sir.
and couldn't find him.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did Brady say he went under the water, or that he might have dove in the water?
She said he went under.
He went under. Did she say how far he was out in the water when he went under?
Yes, sir.
How deep was the water there?
I don't know. I didn't get in.
Didn't see anybody standing. It could be waist deep.
Brady was sitting in the water close to the bank, but I don't know.
When Rocky was out there trying to find him, how deep did he get on him?
I'm not sure, because I went and got the flashlight and walked around the bank.
How far did you walk?
I'm not sure the exact distance, but when you go to the bank, there's a little trail. You walk up the side, and then there's another trail right there. You can walk back down, and that's about how far I walked. That was the only time I've ever been to G's Landing, so I don't really know much about it.
You had never been there before.
Yes, sir.
Did you see a can of air dust around there?
There was a can of air duster floating downstream by the time me and Rocky had walked down there.
You could see it.
Yes, sir. I shined the flashlight on it.
How long would you say that y'all stayed, that Rocky looked for him?
He looked for him for around about an hour.
Alright, what happened next?
I walked back to the truck, and we were trying to figure out what happened, and finally me and Rocky were like, since they got into an argument, maybe it's just a joke. Maybe he swam across and got out and he left, And Brady was refusing to leave until we found him, and we finally told her, you know, look, it's a joke. You know, we're sure he's fine. And that's when we left.
So what time do you think that was? Did you?
We left probably anywhere from 12:30 to 1 in the morning.
Was Ben's clothes still there?
Yes, sir.
So y'all just left him in case he came back?
Yes, sir. But they had picked his clothes up.
Who's
and
they?
Brady and Rocky. And moved them and brought them closer to where the truck was parked. Because after I had went walk around the bank, I told them I didn't find any clothes. So then they took the flashlight and walked around the bank after I did while I sat at the truck. And I guess they walked farther than I did and they found them and they brought them back. And they put them in the truck where we drove down the road and looked to see if he was walking. And we never seen him walking. So when we got to the pavement where the gravel ended, we turned around and went back and they set his clothes out. But before they set his clothes out, Rocky was like, take his phone. So I took his phone out of his pants pocket and handed it to Brady. And they put his clothes out and kept the phone.
Why would you do that? Okay, what'd y'all do after that?
After we put his clothes back out, we left and we took Rocky home and then we went back to my house.
You and Brady? About what time did y'all get back?
I'm not sure, probably after 1:30.
Did Brady spend the night with you or something?
Yes, sir.
So y'all were there the rest of the night?
So, yes, sir, and the next day. After we got to my house, we went to sleep, and the next day after we got up, we put his phone on charge because it was dead, and we charged it up, and we were trying to figure out the password to it, and we didn't know it, so Brady clicked backup pin where she put in the year he was born, and that was his backup pin, so it let us in his phone, and we factory reset it.
What was the purpose of that?
We thought maybe we could sell it or make some money off of it.
Why would you do that? Did you not think he was coming back? They were on his phone before.
Brady and him had an argument, so I just figured she was upset with him, and that was the purpose behind it.
How long have him and Brady been together? Or were they boyfriend, girlfriend, or?
Ben and Brady?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I know she said
Friends.
she's known him for several years. They just never really hung out until recently.
She was mad enough to take his phone at him, and keep it or sell it? She was that mad at him? And earlier she's worrying where's that and worrying and crying?
I mean, I don't know for a fact that she was mad at him. I just assumed that was why, the whole purpose of taking his phone. That was just an assumption, not a fact.
So in Rocky, let's see. When you gave the phone to Brady, right? In the truck.
Yes, sir.
What did Brady say when you gave her the phone?
She didn't say anything, because at that point we were driving down the road.
She just took it and did something with it.
Yes, sir.
Put it
She
somewhere?
set it right in the middle of the console.
Okay, so she knew that was his phone.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They had told me to take it out and give it to her.
Okay, first you said Rocky said, now you're saying they said, both of them?
Rocky said, not Dave, Rocky.
Did Brady say something after Rocky said, get the phone? What did she say then?
She said, yeah.
She said, yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Would there be something on his phone that Brady didn't want somebody to see?
I don't know.
She didn't say.
They texted back and forth, but I have no idea what they talked about or any of that.
She didn't tell you anything?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Later on that day, after we had factory reset the phone, Brady had left my house because she had to go to open house for school.
What
And
time was that?
I think she left around 12 to 1 because she said she had to be there at 4, I think.
It was later than that because y'all didn't even come out of the bedroom till 1. Whenever I come in there and told y'all it was past time for y'all to get up, because I didn't even know she was there till I went there to wake you up. So it was after 1, I know.
After, I guess she went to open house, she come back to my house and she was like, what are we gonna do with the phone? And my friend Keith didn't have a phone, so I was like, hey, we can give it to him. So I called him and we took the phone over there, and right after we left his house, Sheriff Gober called.
What's Keith's name?
Fire.
Fryer? Like F-R-Y-L?
Yes,
Or
sir.
E-R?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 16, but no longer associated with him.
But during that time, Brady didn't say anything about what her intentions was with the phone.
Yes, sir.
These factories said it, right?
Yes, sir.
What about Sims card?
Brady chewed it up.
Explain to me that. I mean, that's...
I don't know.
Did she take the Sims card out, or did you?
She took the SIMS card out and she chewed it up.
Okay. I know she didn't swallow it, right? What did she do with it?
I think she threw it in the trash
In your room?
in the kitchen.
You have no idea why she done that. She didn't say. You didn't ask.
Yes, sir. I'm just assuming that it was so nobody could track the phone. I don't know for sure that though.
I mean, when she did it, you like, why are you doing that? You didn't ask her
I
that?
didn't ask her.
But both of you agreed that you were going to get the phone and give it to somebody else, right?
Yes.
Because you factory set it and all that. At any time, did you touch Brady's phone?
No, sir. I didn't.
So if she says that you went in her phone and erased a bunch of messages, would that be the truth or what?
That's a lie, because I never touched her phone.
What if she comes in there and tells us that you did?
Then she's lying, because I never touched her phone.
You tell them the truth.
Yes, sir.
Does her phone have a password on it?
I don't know.
Well, on my phone now, I turn it on, and if we hang around a little bit together, you're going to see me swipe, and I'm going to put 4 digits in there.
My old phone was like that, and I recently had to get a new one, and it doesn't even have the passwords on it.
Smartphones, they have different kinds of passwords you can put on them. Like, there's patterns you can do, or you can put numbers, or there's a fingerprint on it, and so
And you're very smart, but I'm just gonna tell you this. I believe you know that she had a password, or if she didn't.
I don't.
You never seen her use her phone?
I've seen her use it, but like I said, there's different kinds of passwords you can use. I mean, I never seen
But you
her.
don't know if she's got a password.
I
on
never
her
seen her
phone.
put a password in.
What kind of phone she got?
iPhone, but she's had that for a while now. Her dad bought her that. I don't know which iPhone it is, like if it's the 6S or I don't know. I just know it's iPhone.
When did y'all find out that something had happened to Ben?
When Sheriff Gober called me and told me that they found him in the room.
When Sheriff Gober called you, what was the conversation?
He said, "Hey Kingsley, this is Sheriff Gober with something department."
What county
And
do you live in?